morning everyone, welcome to the Western Centurion channel on this rather bleak, cloudy Sunday morning. Hoping the weather holds off because today is the day of the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. So I expect, like most of you, I'll be in the house just after 12 with a beer to watch that. Looking forward to it as well. Right then, it's just an update on the garage progress. Got some good news, some not so good news, but the not so good news has nothing to do with the garage and the layout really. But first off, the bad news is that my dad was took to hospital on Tuesday with dehydration, and whilst he was in there they found out that he had quite a bad kidney infection. But I went to see him on Friday, and he's absolutely fine now. He's off the drip, he's doing really well, and hopefully we'll be back in the care home sometime in this week. But also at exactly the same time my stepmother went into the hospital as well, the same hospital, obviously a different ward, because she had quite a bad angina attack. I originally thought it was a mild heart attack, but it ended up being an angina attack. So I saw her as well, and her tests came out positive, so she'll be back home in the week as well, all fingers crossed. That's why I didn't get the update done in the week as planned. The other thing is that whilst I was doing the decking on my week off, on the Wednesday morning, I came out of the house. It must be about 5 o'clock. Now normally when I'm working it'll be 4 o'clock. I'll come out, I'll check on the chickens and I'll let them out. But Wednesday morning I came out and Mr. Fox had visited, and I caught him in the act with one of the chickens. Her name was Missy. She was the black chicken. I caught him with her in his mouth. There was a couple of seconds of eye contact before he dropped her and shot off over the fence. Tell you, look, it was absolutely carnage in there. Feathers everywhere, mainly white feathers, which was from Abigail, our white chicken. Now she was nowhere to be seen, so I think he obviously came in, he killed all three of them. He took Abigail first, he came back for Missy, and then Henrietta, our brown chicken, I found buried. So she would have been the third one he took. So yeah, that was quite sad. I've got to buy blinking eggs again now. But what we'll be doing, we're going to reclaim where the coop was and where their run was. We're going to turn that into a bit of a garden and a vegetable patch, and I'll plant something in memory of them. So yeah, that's the bad news done and out of the way. Now for the good news, which is really good news. On my previous video I told you I had someone come over and they quoted for the French patio doors around at £1,400, which was a joke, to be honest. And then I said that I had someone else coming around. I was on the Thursday of my first day off, and this gentleman came round. He's local, you could tell that by his accent most definitely, and well, to cut a long story short, he gave me a fabulous quote which included fitting, supply and fitting of French patio doors. And here, that's what they should look like. Alright, I hope you can see that on the camera. So we've got the French patio doors here, we've got side lights with two openers, one at either end. But the doors that we'll be getting will have a strip across here. So each panel underneath will be separate. So if any of these get broken, which they might do because we've got a lot of stones outside, they can be replaced individually and a lot cheaper. And what I'll do, the bottom section, I'll be putting some white film so that you can't see through. It'll only be clear at the top. So, yes. The doors will be fitted in about 2 weeks' time. and obviously that means once they're fitted, I can then get started on the rest of the garage. So I've already started getting quotes in for the timber work I need for the flooring. I've now got the money for it. So 2 weeks time we'll get cracking, and I really am hoping that by at least November, October this year I'll be starting on the baseboards, so we'll start getting down to some real model railway stuff, and I so can't wait. It's been such a long time. Short and brief, I know, but to say that you're excited about it, I would never ever thought I'd be that excited about some blinking plastic doors, but I am. It's been such a long time waiting, and I'm just over the moon. And the fact that it's a local firm that is going to be fitting them, they actually come from my area. They're called Stratton Windows. It's father and son. It was a father who came round and measured up and gave me the quote, and it's his son that will actually fit them. So Debbie and I are really pleased. It's a bit dearer than what I could buy off the internet, but then we like to support our local businesses when we can, and most definitely in this instance we could. So that, you know, this is the start now. Get the rest of the garage done, and we'll have our layout on the go. I also took some more videos earlier of the decking and the shed, and a little update on the possibility of a garden railway in a few years' time. Still haven't convinced Debbie yet, but I made an error with the decking, but I now know why I made that error. Was it subconscious? I don't know, but I'm glad I did make that mistake, otherwise I'd have been in a bit of a pickle for the garden railway. Oh, one more thing. Can any of you remember back from the 70s, like the mid-70s, 1976 I think it was, when the kite world was revolutionised by two-string stunt kites? And a man called Peter Powell. Well, back in 1976, 77 and 78, I had a stunt kite. And I had that for 3 years. And by the time I finished with it, or by the time I couldn't fly it anymore, it looked like a patchwork quilt made up with like masking tape, sellotape, wood glue, matchsticks, anything I could do to keep it flying. And that was some of the best summer holidays I had, was with that kite, along with going down to the railway lines and watching the trains. But his two sons have started the business up again. They've come out with the Peter Powell Stunt Kite Mark III, and this is it. You can design your own. They do a lot more colours now. Debbie has one, hers is pink. I went for this one. It's a bit dearer, £10 dearer than the standard kite. Standard kite is $39.99. This one was $49.99. It comes with a, I think, 79-foot streamer, and obviously with the hand grips and the lines to go with it. Now Debbie and I went up to Barbary Castle yesterday, which is nearby, and flew our kite. I think Debbie flew hers for all of 5 minutes before she was more interested in what I was doing, trying to get this up single-handedly, that she took her eye off the kite and crashed it. Now it didn't break, but she did the biggest sin ever. She walked up to the kite holding the guidelines. She picked the kite up, then she walked all the way back to where I had our picnic blanket. So by the time she'd done that, her guide strings were absolutely tangled. So that was the end of the day. I did get to fly this a bit more, and I took a video of it, and that will be at the very end of this. Alright? So yeah, if you're still into your kites, or you want to play with some kites, pop along to the Peter Powell website. It is absolutely fabulous and great fun to play these again. And look, even with the instructions, it comes with "Happy flying from the Peter Powell family," handwritten along the top. Now, how cool is that? Okay, so yeah, that's it from me. I've got to let you all get on now, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to continue this journey with me, and I'll have another update on the garage for you very, very soon. Okay, so have a great week and take care. Bye.
Okay, well, this is where the Raptors used to be, but obviously are no more. So it's looking a bit derelict and like wasteland. Cherry tree. Well, that for a bounty of cherries. So yeah, I took the coupe down and gave it to a friend at work, so at least they can make good use of it. But later on this morning, what we'll be doing, we'll be cutting back that buddleia, because I'm going to try and turn it into a buddleia tree if I can, and then we'll be digging all this over and turning it back into a vegetable patch. Might have some flowers over in that corner, we're not sure yet, but we'll see what Debbie wants to do with it. But yes, at least we've got some reclaimed land now. Hey, and there's the decking with the shed. Just to admit, you know, we're really pleased with it. I think it came up really well. Here's part of the rockery. Let's see. Ooh. Some of our plants that seem to be enjoying it. That one at the back. That should grow quite a bit. I think it's got about a 2-foot spread when it starts growing, so I'll have to look after that. Keep that cut back. Probably have to redo it around here though, because it's obviously touching the decking. So I'll remove some of that and put some plastic down the side. Make sure the decking doesn't get wet. Hello, Poppy. And here's the final rockery. Gotta love the little miniature plants. So obviously this time next year they should be even bigger, very well established. But one of the things I did learn though was when I went to the garden centre, I had ones like this. I was hoping this shows the size comparison. Was that they had ones twice this size for 3 for £10, and then this size it was 5 for £10. So I picked these. But it's just when I was putting these, planting them, it sort of like occurred to me they could be split in half. So for the price on these, for the price on one, you'd have had 2, or for that £10 would have had 10 plants if I split them in half. Yes, it would have taken longer obviously for them to get to a reasonable size, but you know, we all wait, don't we, for good things. But if I bought the 3 for £10, they could have been split into 4 each one. So that would have been 12 for £10. So yeah, there's a handy tip for anyone else who's doing stuff like this. Get some real value for your money. There's the rest of the decking and the shed. And actually Debbie came up with a great idea on the shed. Was that when we'd finished it, it didn't have this wood here. This is leftover wood which was used if this was like a 6x4 shed. So she went off, got the saw, cut these strips to size, nailed them on. I tell you, perfect finish that is. It's lovely. And even the rhubarb likes it. And yeah, that's where what I thought was a sand lizard was actually a common newt. Because I think 2 doors down they've actually got a pond. So that's where it's living now, and we've seen it since. So at least we know it's safe and it's happy. And that's the decking. But there's something else. Do you know whenever you do something wrong, but there's always a reason behind it having been done wrong? And if you look, If I come around this side, might be a bit better. The gap between the fence and the rail post. Right, it's quite a big gap. It originally wasn't meant to be there. There you go, look. Right. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be there. When I did all the pre-planning, I marked out the support post on the carcass underneath the decking to be in by about 6 inches, so that rail post would sit up in the corner. I did it all twice, marked it all out. Come to do it, put the support post in, put it in the wrong place, which then meant I had to move this rail post in. But this is where the good thing comes from the bad. That's a perfect size to fit the baseboard for a garden railway. That'll fit through there beautifully. Shh, I gotta whisper so Debbie doesn't hear. And then what I have to do is move the shed forward a bit, and it can run behind the shed. And remember, it'll be level with this stone. This will be the base for the track. As will it be along there. Then I have a lovely little rocky mountain scenery to the side when it runs along here, around that corner, up to that corner, around, and then on the original route which I had planned, if you remember from my previous video, it would come along here, up to that fence, and along. See, still in my mind. I've got to be careful. So yeah, the garden railway could still be on. But mind you, doing this decking and doing the shed and stuff, I did earn quite a few brownie points for that. But nowhere near enough for a garden railway. We're going to have to do a lot more. So, with a bit of luck, we'll do that. And look at that, I've even got a length of decking board left over. How did that happen? Well, it's a website that did all the calculations for me, which I thought was nice and easy. Bumblebee. Oh wow. Well, these poppies are like weeds in this garden. Once they've flowered, I'll pull them up. But I just leave them so the bumblebees can enjoy them. Look at the pollen sacs with his legs, they're massive. Wow.